My cousin publicly humiliated my autistic son in front of dozens, so we left, and she called CPS and tried to have my son taken away, not realizing just how fast the tables can turn. When my cousin Vanessa was having a wedding, my son Mikey was the first person I told. He has semi-low functioning autism, so more often than not, my friends or acquaintances specifically request for him not to come, which meant we never went to events together. But I assumed my aunt would be different. When I told him, he started jumping up and down and clapping his hands. "Really, Daddy? Really? I can go?" When I exclaimed an enthusiastic "YES," he jumped into my arms and we twirled around. One symptom of his autism is that he is quite easily joyed by the little things in life. So as we made our way to the wedding rehearsal, I made sure to prep Mikey on wedding manners. Don't talk during the ceremony. Try to be quiet. It's the bride's day, not ours, etc. He seemed pretty attentive, so I thought all would be okay. But we were halfway through the practice ceremony when Mikey started smiling really hard. He only does this when he's really happy about something. So I squeezed his hand tight as if to say, "I'm happy too." But we stayed completely silent, like radio silent. But when Vanessa made it to the top of the aisle, she screeched, "Excuse me? What is he doing here?" My heart dropped, and I turned to Mikey, who was still smiling, not knowing she was talking about him. No one else said anything, but instead of just continuing the ceremony and focusing on her wedding, Vanessa turned to her groom and screamed like a banshee, "I thought you told him not to come." By this point, she was pointing straight at Mikey, and he started tearing up. The audience was silently whispering, and I even caught sight of a few looks of disgust towards her. Unfortunately, they were the minority, because most of the audience were nodding their heads in agreement, as if it was the most disgraceful thing they'd ever seen. I wanted to yell at Vanessa, to tell everyone I can't wait until she dies of obesity so me and Mikey can dance on her grave. But I didn't say any of that. I wanted to be a good role model for Mikey, so we just walked out. As soon as we were outside the church, Mikey had a meltdown. "Why would she say that about you, Daddy? That was so mean." I thanked the heavens he didn't know it was about him. "Son, some people are just bitter because they don't like themselves." Luckily, this was just the wedding rehearsal, and 2 days later, the real wedding happened. Luckily, Mikey believed the one we went to was the real one, so he didn't question it when I left him with the babysitter for the day. I'm a pretty big marriage guy. So for the first half of the day, I let Vanessa have her moment completely undisrupted. It wasn't until dinner that I tapped my glass to make a speech. The whole room was silent. Vanessa took the opportunity to mouth the words, "Thank you for not bringing him." I smiled, but not for the reason she was thinking. As you can see, I am currently at this wedding without my wonderful son, Mikey. The air was filled with an awkward tension, but I didn't care. A lot of you didn't want him here today, but he still wanted to give a few words. I then took my phone out and started playing a voice recording. It was one I had secretly recorded of Mikey talking about how happy he was for Vanessa and her husband in 7-year-old terms. Hearing his voice so full of happiness made me tear up, and the rest of the table did too, except Vanessa, who looked so angry I thought she was about to explode. Still,